Hi, my name's Sreyoli,
And my name is Dima.
and we're juniors from John Marshall High School, and this is our project, Flat Plane Shape Effect on Drag Coefficient. Starting with the background and introduction. In 2018, 11% of the world's population have had to fly to another destination, and every day around 70 million individuals are driving. These numbers have been steadily increasing as more and more people rely on vehicle travel. Both flight and ground travel contain the force of drag. Drag force is the force that opposes an object's motion in fluid and is the product of contact between the object and the fluid. Many researchers define drag as aerodynamic friction, currently investigating ways to reduce its effect on objects in motion to improve overall airflow.
This experiment focuses on determining the most effective flat plane shape for aerodynamics by comparing the drag coefficient, a constant component of drag force, between each shape. Currently, 1.28 is the known drag coefficient for flat planes.
The objective of this study is to determine the most effective flat plane shape for the lowest drag force in terms of the lowest drag coefficient calculated, as well as observe drag patterns across different flat plane shapes. From this research, potential new aerodynamic designs may be developed, leading to shorter and smoother trips. As vehicle travel continues to dominate the globe, it's essential to find ways to decrease drag, creating more efficient means of travel.
Materials and methods. For our flat plane shapes, we selected a circle, square, isosceles triangle, and star. We set a surface area of 78.54 centimeters squared and made calculations for our range of shapes. After calculating the rough measurements of the shapes, we cut 3 of each shape out on 4.8 millimeter thick cardboard. We then attached a string to all 3 cutouts of a shape and connected them to a piece of string, which was then put through our experiment. Reusing the string, we repeated this process for each shape.
To measure the drag force of each shape, a wind tunnel was built with 3 millimeter thick cardboard, 20.32 centimeters tall and 20.32 centimeters wide, and 1 meter long. A fan was used as a windblower at the front of the tunnel with a spring scale attached towards the bottom to measure drag force on each shape. The anemometer was set inside the tunnel towards the top to measure the overall wind speed of 3.5 meters per second.
These are the results from the 5 trials of each shape. The circle had an average drag force of 0.092 newtons. The square had an average drag force of 0.1112 newtons. The star had a drag force of 0.17 newtons, and the isosceles triangle was 0.198 newtons.
From the recorded average drag forces and rearranging the formula of drag, we calculated the drag coefficient for each shape.
We graphed both the drag forces and the coefficient values of each shape and in the order of increase based on the shape tested.
Results and discussion. After 5 trials of each shape, we found that the circular shape had the smallest drag coefficient, while the isosceles triangle had the largest. Although the circular shape had the smallest drag coefficient, the square shape had the most consistent results from each trial, mostly consisting of 0.10 newtons of drag force. We concluded that the circular shape is the best shape to decrease drag force of an object, followed by the square and then the star. This demonstrates that symmetrical shapes with less space between their sides have lower drag coefficients.
The results of this experiment are not completely accurate, considering the fact that we used smaller shapes, like cardboard, and mostly at-home materials, with a risk of human error. The drag coefficients calculated were all found to be higher than the average flat plane drag coefficient of 1.28. Although the results are not accurate, they are still comparable because though the circle, star, triangle, and square had the same constant area, air density, volume, and velocity, each shape demonstrated different drag forces, therefore maintaining different drag coefficients.
In future attempts of this study, more shapes would be compared to develop an even clearer understanding of trends between shape and drag coefficients. More materials would be tested to support the drag coefficients found for each shape, and more trials would be done to get more accurate results, as well as building a transparent wind tunnel to get more accurate drag force readings and observations while testing the drag force, and a spring scale with millinewton units for more accurate drag force measurements. From this research, the results from the study may be used to develop better airflow designs leading to shorter and smoother aircraft travel.
Thank you.
Thank you.